Hello, hello. I am Coach Corey Sartori, and I am excited to stop the negative self-talk with you today. So if you don't know me, I'm Coach Corey Sartori. I help high-achieving female entrepreneurs over 40 create constant joy in their lives so they can have more abundance, they can love their relationships, and they can just live overall with more happiness. So I've been coaching since 2016, and I have helped women from all walks of life transform their lives. And I do this through my coaching program. And the women that take this on are ready to get unstuck. They want to step in their power. They want to have a more fulfilling life, better relationships. They want to make more money in their business and so much more. And so, if you are somebody that is feeling stuck right now, I can absolutely help you. But today, let's dive into negative self-talk and how to stop it. How to overcome it, right? It's not something that just goes away. It's really about building the awareness around it so you can stop it. So we talk to ourselves more than we talk to anybody else, right? We're constantly saying things in our mind, and those words affect us, and they can affect us in a positive way, or they can affect us in a negative way. And really building awareness around negative self-talk will transform your life. That's something I'll talk about in a little bit, but some of us aren't even aware. And that negative self-talk is so disempowering. And very often that negative self-talk started years ago, right? Maybe when we were kids, maybe the way that adults spoke to us, or maybe the way that somebody was in our community, it started that negative self-talk, right? It's really connected to limiting beliefs, in my opinion. And a lot of those limiting beliefs start when we are just children, when we're like young, like 6, 7. An adult says something to us and we take that as fact and as truth, and then we let that become our story for maybe the rest of our lives. So negative self-talk is your internal dialogue, and it can be critical, and it can be pessimistic, and it can be disempowering. And so today I'm going to share with you how to overcome negative self-talk. Maybe not even overcome it, but just slow it down, build awareness around it, so then you can shift it and change it. So we're going to talk about that today. And the person that you can become outside of negative self-talk is really, really, really powerful. I look back on my life, who I was, who I used to be, and specifically in relationships, I had a lot of negative self-talk, and I didn't maybe have the awareness around it probably till, 10 years ago. I was 16 and I dated a narcissist. And then every relationship after that, I questioned myself, right? There was a lot of negative self-talk that came after that. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not feminine enough. Like all of these I'm nots, right? These negative thinkings about who I was, how I showed up in the world. And it kept coming up for probably 15 plus years. And I don't know that I had awareness that it was negative self-talk. I think it just was, right? Like for me, it just was in those moments of I'm not smart enough. I'm not whatever enough to find a happy, healthy relationship. And that negativity helped keep me in a codependent relationship for over a decade. It kept me from being confident. I think that negative self-talk, I was able to let my ego run the show. And if you know anything about ego, it's negative, it's gross. But I thought I was confident because my ego, right? Like it's very weird the way that I used to think. I look back on it and I'm like, wow, I had no idea how much work I needed to do on myself. But I had a lot of negative self-talk about who I was in a relationship. I wasn't good enough. I would never be loved enough. And that kept me stuck, and that kept me really unhappy. And then when I found self-development in 2013, I was able to build awareness around my thinking and start to shift it and change it. And so that negative self-talk for me kept me from living my truth, from going after my dreams, from becoming the person I was meant to be. And it's done the same thing for many of my clients. They live in that negative self-talk, their stories, these negative this negative thinking cycle holds them back. It keeps them stuck. And so some of what we do in my coaching program is we work through your self-talk. We build awareness around the things that you say to yourself so you can stop it. And so today I want to offer you a couple actions. I want to offer you 3 actions to help you overcome the negative self-talk, build awareness around it and let it go. And so the first thing with overcoming negative self-talk is you have to be aware of it. So in different parts of my life, right? Like there's times where negative self-talk still comes up. It comes up for everybody, right? We're human beings. So, there's moments in my business where I have negative self-talk around who I am in my business, or I have negative self-talk about who I am as a mom or a wife, right? But at least now I have that awareness to stop it because I know it's not true. It's maybe me being in a funky mood or just having an off day. But I have to be aware, and something that's really was powerful for me to learn that if I didn't have awareness around that negative self-talk, if I wasn't able to stop it, then I wasn't going to attract things into my life, because that negative self-talk is negative vibrations, it's negative energy. That's what I'm putting out there, right? If my thoughts are negative, then I'm putting negativity out there. And so that building the awareness around it is really, really important. I think for me, my big aha moment was even years after doing self-development. I think this was in 2015, and I'm big on vision and goal work. I do this with all my clients, and so I had this beautiful 10-year vision of who I was going to be, and I was going to get married and have these kids. But in the back of my mind, I was telling myself it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And that thinking, right? It came from limiting beliefs. It came from what other people said to me. About being a woman in her early 30s, single, especially in Salt Lake City, Utah, where everyone gets married at 20. Like, I was a freak of nature. And so in the back of my mind, those thoughts of I'm going to end up alone kept coming up. I'm never going to find my partner. And I built my awareness. I had awareness after going to a conference and hearing a woman speak about anti-visions, speaking about negative self-talk and how we have to stop it if we want to create the life of our dreams. And so in that moment, I had that awareness of like, okay, well, I have this beautiful vision for my life where I'm married and I have children, but in the back of my mind, I'm constantly telling myself I'm never going to have it. It's never going to happen for me. And so in that moment, I had to hear those thoughts when they came up. Right? That first thing was that awareness. And then I had to hear the thoughts and I had to stop them. So the first thing that you need to do is build awareness. And you can do this just by like hearing yourself, the way that you speak to yourself, but also journaling. Journaling can be really, really powerful. And so build awareness around your inner dialogue. Build awareness around the way that you are speaking to yourself, so then you can shift it and change it. So the next thing is I want you to challenge your thoughts. So you have the awareness, right? You hear yourself say something negative. Now you have the opportunity to challenge that thought. So where is the proof that that thought is actually valid? Very often there is no proof. We don't have actually anything showing us that that's true, right? Like we have this negative thought, we take it as a truth, even though there's never been anything that is proven to us that it is true. So you have to build awareness first, and then you have to challenge your negative thoughts. So once you recognize that negative self-talk, you need to question its validity. So ask yourself, like, is there any evidence supporting these thoughts? Is there any situations or past experiences that prove this thought right? We have to go in and we have to challenge our negative thoughts, maybe even to the point of like, where is it coming from? When did it start? Because now, I've been working on myself for over a decade. I am now aware of, oh, this fear started here. I started saying these negative things about myself because of this situation or this relationship, right? That awareness is really, really important. And then you can challenge those thoughts and see if there's any validity in them, which very often there's not. And then the last thing that I want to share with you in stopping the negative self-talk is you need to replace it with positive affirmations. So something that I do. So, right, if I hear a negative thought in my mind, I won't, like, write these negative things. I'm never going to be enough, or I'm never going to, whatever. I hear it. I stop it. Like, I literally say out loud, stop. I take a breath, and then I start repeating positive affirmations to myself. I start saying, I am brave. I have overcome so much. I'm resilient. I am, right? Whatever I need to hear to shift that thought and bring my energy and my mindset back to positivity. And so you have to replace those negative thoughts with positive affirmations, because then you're going to be putting out positive vibrations, positive energy, and that's what you will attract into your life. So if you're constantly in this negative mindset, you're saying negative things to yourself or about others, that's what you're putting out into the world. That's what you're going to attract. But once you can build awareness around it, challenge that negative thinking, and then stop it and start speaking positive affirmations, you can quickly start to see things change in your life. So when I built my awareness around my anti-vision, right, that I'm going to end up alone, I'm never going to have anybody. Once I built the awareness around that and started these things, right, stop. I will find my partner. I am married to the love of my life, right? I started saying things, especially in the present moment. I'm married to the love of my life. I have the most wonderful children. When I was able to stop and then start shifting that and speaking those positive affirmations, within 6 months, my husband was in my life. And by the end of that year, we were engaged. So you have to build awareness around your negative self-talk, challenge those thoughts, and then you need to shift them into positive affirmations. Even if you don't believe it now, keep saying it until you do believe it, okay? So negative self-talk can keep you in the same place year after year after year. I mean, I spent over a decade in one off and on, again, toxic relationship, but now I look back at a lot of my relationships and they were all completely, like, not even just romantic relationships, but friendships were toxic and codependent and not good, because I didn't feel like I was enough. And so that negative self-talk kept me stuck in the same place year after year for a decade. Longer than a decade, I was stuck in this negative feeling, this negative energy, this negative self-talk. And I don't want that for you. This is why I coach, right? This is why I help women, is because I have been through shit and I was a sucky person living a sucky life. And I have been able to completely transform my life, right? Now I'm married to the love of my life. I have the 2 most beautiful, amazing children. I get to run a coaching business I love. I get to work with clients that I love. Like, I have completely changed my life, but I had to start with the awareness around my negative self-talk. That had to stop because it was so suffocating. It was so gross and it didn't add value to my life and it didn't push me forward. And so I challenge each of you, if you are maybe feeling stuck, maybe you're feeling just blah and negative, connect with your thinking. Journal about your internal dialogue. What is coming up for you? What are the things that you say to yourself most? Because you talk to yourself more than anybody. And you have to be willing and ready to change that so you can step into your power, so you can start living a life that you love. So I have 4 spots open for my coaching program this month in March. And if you are someone that wants to stop the negative thinking, if you want to create more joy and abundance in your life, I can help you. So my 6-month coaching program is a one-on-one coaching program. I love working with women one-on-one because I want to help you succeed. My clients get results within the first 90 days of working with me because they're ready to do the work. These are high-achieving women that are feeling stuck in their life and they want more. So if you want to build your confidence, if you want to grow your self-love, and maybe you don't even know what you need, maybe you don't even know what you want, but you know you're sick of feeling stuck in your life, in your relationships, in your business, I want to help you. My coaching program is transformational. I challenge you, go to my Facebook page, go to my Instagram, check out my testimonials. I have helped women get sober. I have helped women find their partner. I have helped women heal after years of therapy. They come to me and they actually get results. So I have 4 spots open this month, which is March. I am not taking any clients in April. So I want you to send me a DM right now with the word program to find out how I can help you transform your life. Stop waiting, right? Some of us, we just wait. We wait for tomorrow. We wait for someday. We wait until the timing is right. I challenge you to choose today as the day you chose to transform your life. So send me a DM right now with the word program to find out more. You're not tied to anything by sending me a DM. We can get on a call. I can share with you what my program looks like. If it feels awesome to you in your soul, in your gut, let's do it. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. My purpose, my passion is to help women achieve their best life, live their best life. That's why I started coaching. That's why I continue to coach, because I know living a life you love is possible for you. Not just for me, not just for my past clients, but for you now in this moment. If you want more abundance, more joy, more in your life, then I can help you. So send me a DM right now with the word program to find out more. Even if you just have questions about how you can shift your negative self-talk, let's chat. Again, I'm Coach Corey Sartori. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you, and I look forward to connecting soon.